guys. I hope you're all having a great day. Quick story before I start what I'm going to do. Today was just under 30 degrees Celsius, which is pretty hot. I'm not sure what it is in Fahrenheit, but it's like a hot day. And the hoods above the stove, the grill, the deep fryers, and the flat top decided to go. So today was about 50 degrees Celsius for about 4 or 5 hours in my kitchen that I work at, and it sucked. We had to take buckets full of ice water and soak rags in them and wrap them around our necks. So, yeah, good day. Anyways, after work, I went to my dollar store and bought some YuGiOh cards. I also bought some 3 packs of Pokemon cards that I will do in another video. And I bought some 4 packs of Pokemon cards as well. So those will be 2 other videos. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. So let's see what we can pull in these awesome drink card packs. I pulled 1 foil on my other channel. So I think there's, yeah, okay. Return of the Red Eyes. It's a continuous spell. If you control a Red Eyes monster, except for Red Eyes Black Chick, you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it. If this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can target 1 Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, except Chick. Special summon it. You can only use each effect of Return of the Red Eyes once per turn. Pretty awesome Red Eye support there. Edge Imp Chain. When this card declares an attack, you can add 1 Edge Imp Chain from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Frightfur card from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 effect per turn, and once that turn only. Shaddoll Zephyrcore. If this card is pendulum summoned or sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Zephyr card in your pendulum zone, except for this named card. Special summon it. You can only use this effect once per turn. Super Heavy Samurai Soul Bang Canyon. I'll let you guys read that because it's just a little too long. If my camera will focus on it. There you go. I don't like the Super Heavy Samurai cards very much. They have too much text. Speaking of too much text, Siren Orca. If you control both fish and winged beast type monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. When you do, you can declare a level from 3 to 5. The levels of all monsters you can currently control become the declared level. If you activate this effect, monsters you control cannot activate their effects for the rest of this turn, except water monsters. Seems like a good exceed card. Magma Dragon. When this card is special summoned, you can target 1 worm type monster in your graveyard, except Magma Dragon. Special summon it in defense position, but its effects are negated. You can only use this effect once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this effect, except worm type monsters. Worms are the wannabe dragons. much time to do it. And I find reading the giant wall text YuGiOh cards gets really repetitive and boring. Which, you know, it's kind of the point, because I want you guys to get, you know, fall asleep, but I don't want you to be super bored the whole time. Rank up magic. Raptor's force. If a raid raptor, exceed monster, was destroyed and sent to the graveyard this turn, while you controlled it, target 1 raid raptor exceed monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Then special summon from your extra deck 1 raid raptor monster that is 1 rank higher than that monster by using it as an exceeds material deck. Oh my god, material. I can't talk. Perform a bell bow hopper. You contribute 1 perform a bell monster. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to its level times 100. You contribute 1 perform a bell monster. Then target 1 perform a bell monster in your graveyard other than the tributed monster. Add it to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. And another one. Lovely. Snapdragon. When this card is sent to the graveyard, banish 1 random card from your opponent's hand until the end phase. You can only use this effect once per turn. Poison Chain. Continuous spell. During the end phase of your turn, if you do not attack, your opponent sends cards equal to the number of face-up iron chain monsters you control from the top of their deck to the graveyard. Yosenju Kodam. Look at that giant wall there. Some of these cards just have such repetitive. You contribute this card, target 1 training grounds you control, place 3 Yosen counters on it. You can use this effect once per turn. Banish this card from your graveyard. You can normal summon 1 Yosenju monster during your main phase. Blah blah blah. Recreate. It's a Clifford card. If a monster is normal or flip summoned and it is level 4 or lower, negate its effects until the end of this turn. If a monster is special summoned and it is level 5 or higher, negate its effect until the end of this turn. Also, banish it when it leaves the field. If there is no Klee card on the field except this card, send this card to the graveyard. Super Soldier Rebirth. Nice. Target 1 Blackluster Soldier monster you control. Send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 Blackluster Soldier monster from your hand with a different name, ignoring its summoning conditions. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Then target 1 Blackluster Soldier monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only activate 1 per turn. That's pretty cool. Blackluster Soldier stuff is always awesome. Because, yeah, it's an awesome card. One of the classic, like, yeah, monsters. You can just keep tabs with it. Okay, it's hard to like see because these cards like in such different order, like upside down and stuff. Secret Blast. Inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card they control. If this card you control is destroyed Stun Ray. It's a trap token, so it counts as an effect monster. Level 5, attack 1900, defense 0. If summoned this way, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. So, yeah, it's just a trap monster. Well, we got a Nixie's monster. Gorgonic Guardian. Takes 2 level 3 rock types. Once per turn, you can detach an execute material from this card. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes 0, and if it does, its effects are negated. These effects last until the end of this turn. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster field on a field with 0 attack and destroy it. Domino effect. Continuous spell. When a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 monster you control to the graveyard to destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. DD Necro Slime. Blah, blah, blah. I like that. Most of these cards are first edition, if not all of them. So that's kind of cool. That was my chair, by the way. So it's a 1-star, 300, 300. If this card is in your graveyard, you can fusion summon 1 DDD fusion with monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your graveyard, including this card. You can only use this effect once per turn. Kinda cool, I guess. So far, nothing like too crazy. Got some Blackluster and some Red Eye stuff. Trick Box from Mario. If a face-up perform mage monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, target 1 monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until the end phase. Then special summon 1 perform mage monster from your graveyard to your opponent's side of the field. During the end phase of this turn, give control to the monster special summoned by this effect to its opponent. Perform a Bell Thunder Rhino. Your opponent cannot target face-up perform a Bell monsters for attacks, except this one. If a perform a Bell card you control, except this one, would be destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card instead. Ritual Beast Tamer, Zephyrambilica. When this card is normal or pendulum summoned, you can target 1 Ritual Beast or Zephyr monster in your graveyard, except this one. Special summon it, but destroy it during the end phase. You can only special summon 1 of these once per turn. Reptilian Rage. It's an equipped spell. The equipped monster is treated as reptile type. It gains 800 attack. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, select 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 800 attack. Hopefully you guys can kind of read that. Super Heavy Samurai, Soul Buster Gauntlet. Once again, I don't really like Super Heavy Samurai stuff, so there you go. It's just too much, and it's so repetitive. They always are. Oh, got a synchro. Mighty Warrior. Whoops. There we go. 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its original attack. Pendulum Shift. Target 1 card in either player's pendulum zone and declare a pendulum scale from 1 to 10. This turn, that card becomes that pendulum scale. That's kind of cool, actually. It's pretty sweet. I think that's a decent card. Like, not awful, but let me know It gains 1500 attack for the turn. That's pretty sweet. Half on break. Target one monster on the field. This turn, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, any battle damage you take from attacks involving that monster is halved. Pretty sure Yuma uses this in Zexal, which by the way is weird. Perform a Bell Spring Goose again. Artifact Chakram has way too much text. So there you go. If my phone will go up to it, there you go. It's a fairy with 1900 attack, 2000 defense. Chronomally Winged Sphinx. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 5 Chronomally monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. You cannot special summon monsters that turn, or the turn you activate this effect, except Chronomally monsters. Oh gosh, another Spring Goose. Disgusting. A cell breeding device. It's not a jam breeding machine, that's for sure. During each of your standby phases, put one A counter on one face-up monster your opponent controls. Oh, it's for aliens.